I don't know about that. That just ain't gonna do. That's more like it. This is Autotech, by the way. So, if you're like me, you plan to take your FJ off-road, and these tires just definitely are not gonna cut it. So, I decided to get something that should cut it. I snagged myself a set of Pirelli MT60 RS tires. They're 60% on-road, 40% off-road. One of the big things that you have to consider is, are you trailering your bike to where you gotta go, or are you riding it on the road to get to where you gotta go? So no matter where I'm going here in Calgary, Alberta, I mean, I'm gonna end up doing about 200K on the whole trip on road. So if I take 40 all the way to Nordegg or whatever, I'm gonna have, you know, like 180K of pavement to have 95K of gravel. I'm not 100% sure on those numbers, but you know, you see right there, that's 60% on the road. So that's why I ended up going with these. I wanted to get the Continental TKC 70s, but getting the front tire was proving to be kind of difficult here in Canada, actually. None of the American guys could ship to Canada, and Fortnite didn't have any, and eBay wanted $100 to ship it, so I was going to say no. These were, you know, I think the back tire was like 25 more to get the Pirelli, and the front tire was like 18 more. So all together to get the Pirellis, I was looking at, oh geez, off the top of my head, what, 40 bucks more? Not bad. I'll live. Yes, that's looking a little better. I took these to work and mounted them up. I think these are going to be awesome. They're definitely a lot more aggressive looking, so I mean, on the looks factor alone, they're definitely scoring some points there. Alright, so the tires are on, and you know, just off of the looks factor alone, these tires are badass. Like, I just can't get over how cool these look. Like, they've really changed the way the bike even looks. Like, you get that front look at it, and it's like, it just looks more aggressive. I went with the same size tires, so I'm not going to have any ABS issues. 120, 70, 17, and then 180, 55, 17. The only downside to getting into a more aggressive tire like this is my speed rating is lowered now. Not by a whole lot. These are still rated up to 209 kilometers an hour. That's, you know, that's not too bad. Like, obviously I'm not going to be breaking any world records with that, but at the same time, it's still enough to get myself arrested and get an instant court date. As for the pressures, I haven't fully decided yet. Like, obviously, if you run them at a lower pressure, you're going to get a better footprint and you're going to get better traction. But I'm not sure about that yet, like what I'm going to do. So I'm just running it 36 in the front, 42 in the rear for right now, which is what the bike calls for. So I'll do a little experimenting, try it out, see what I think of it from there. Getting a more aggressive tire is definitely an important step in making your FJ-09 a little bit more off-road capable. And just to remind everybody, when I say off-road capable, I'm not talking about going off sweet jumps or driving over logs and stuff like that. I'm talking about driving through gravel, driving through grass, just taking the trunk roads, that sort of thing. So the other tires, which were slick, really wouldn't have benefited in that type of situation. And then heaven forbid it rained or something like that while I was out off the beaten path, then I'd be having a really bad day. Whereas these tires aren't great in mud according to the reviews, but they're not terrible either. So I could take my time, get through and get home. You're not going to be stuck just spinning a slick in the mud. You've definitely got, you know, you've got a couple options, quite a few actually. And depending on what your needs are, what you're wanting to do with it, you know, you can go TKC 70, TKC 80. Pirelli makes another tire for this. And then there's some like no-name brand called like Shankos or something like that. Like there's tons available. But what you need to do is you need to decide what am I doing with the bike? Are you driving 60% on the road, 40% off the road, 80 on the road, 20 off road, or are you going to trailer this thing and just dedicate it to strictly off highway? Tire choices are pretty important. Don't get too caught up in what everybody says is amazing. Do your own research, see what they were designed for, and then make your decision from there. Reviews are a good thing, but you know, some people tend to get pretty brand savvy. Like, I'm not really a Pirelli fan just because of my experience with them in the automotive industry. Like, as far as I'm concerned, their truck tires and stuff like that are crap. Like, they're awful, and they're extremely overpriced. But I decided to give them a go on the motorcycle because they're designed for what I wanted to do, and my original choice wasn't readily available here in Canada. So I hope this helps point some of you in a good direction for what tires to go with. Gives you some ideas, shows you what they look like on the bike. I will definitely do a review on them after I get a little bit of time on some gravel and grass and stuff with these. Let me know if you're running a dual sport tire, which one you're running, what kind of mileage you got out of it, what your thoughts of it are. Let's get some good information going for people that discover this in the future. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and thanks for taking the time and watching.